Okay, so yesterday we created a CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so we achieved this one, and whenever we used to build manually, means whenever you used to click on build now, okay, the pipeline was running. So this pipeline we used to run manually. Okay, but today we will see how to run it automatically. Okay, so in the I already have a webhook, so ignore it. I'll just delete it. We will create a new webhook. So why we are creating a new webhook? So yesterday we were doing it manually. Today we will do automatically. So whenever the end user pushes the code in a GitHub repository, this is our GitHub repository where we have our HTML app2 and the code. Whenever any changes are done by the developer or DevOps engineer, okay, or whenever the code is pushed, okay, then the pipeline should trigger automatically and a new build should start running, build and deploy process, so that we don't have to run the build now manually again and again. So how to achieve that? Okay, so let's first open our HTML means the Jenkins pipeline or Jenkins dashboard. Just open it. Okay, we'll follow the exercise. So this is the exercise which we are performing, and here first let's create a webhook. So log into your HTML app too. Okay, means go to the settings. Okay, click on webhook, click on add webhook. Okay, here in the URL what we need to give, we have to give the URL of Jenkins, and we need to append slash github. Okay, so we just refer the documentation for GitHub webhook. Okay, and don't forget to add a trailing slash here, and the content type should be application JSON, and which event would trigger the webhook, just the push event. Okay, so whenever the code is pushed, the trigger will be sent to the Jenkins and the pipeline will run. Okay, so let's create a new trigger. Okay, so here what we are doing in Jenkins, will create today a new pipeline. Okay, rather than using the yesterday's, which we yesterday was HTML pipeline. Today we will create a new webhook. Okay, and we'll give it a name, or we can say we'll create a new pipeline. We'll give it a name, trigger demo. Okay, so let's wait out for it to load. Now let's create a new item. Okay, in new item we'll add these details, trigger pipeline name as trigger demo. So it's loading a bit slow. Okay, I will give it pipeline trigger demo. Okay, click on OK. Here just give any description, trigger demo. This is the pipeline which we are creating. In the build triggers, just click on GitHub hook trigger for git SCM polling. We can get some more details. So whenever Jenkins receives a GitHub push hook, okay, it checks whether hook came from GitHub repository, which matches the Git repository defined in this section. If they match, okay, a one-time polling is run. That means a job will run. Okay, now here we'll use Jenkins pipeline from SCM, script from SCM. Okay, give the path. So again give the repository name as the same, HTML app2. Okay, and the credentials will be our GitHub credentials. No errors, everything is okay. Just change the branch to main. It should not be master. We have a main branch. So if you go here and see, we have a main branch. Okay, and if you see the webhook also, The green sign means it is properly connected to Jenkins and the webhook is created properly. If there is no green tick mark like this, that means something is wrong and we should check the configuration again. Okay, now let's save it. So settings at the GitHub end and the Jenkins end both are completed. Now we will test it by pushing some code. So yesterday we cloned it in the HTML app too. Okay, go there. If there are any changes, just pull it. So we'll just do git pull, enter our GitHub credentials. Okay, here I'll enter my personal access token. Okay, now we'll make some changes. So first check kubectl get all. What are the number of replicas? We'll change the replicas. The number of replicas is 3. Okay, go to deploy.yml where we have number of replicas defined as 3. Make it 2. Okay, we'll make it 2 and just push the code. Okay, and when we push the code, we can see it is asking for our credentials. And once we push the code, okay, the code is pushed. Let's check our pipeline. Okay, so if you see, automatically the pipeline is triggered. Okay, it will start running now. Okay, it's running. So step by step, each stage is getting started. Okay, and even the deployment to the Kubernetes is successful. Just check it now. Okay, number of replicas and see. It is 2 now. What is the number we defined? Again, cross check. We said number of replicas should be 2, and now it is only 2. So the trigger was created automatically. Okay. So that's it for this demo.